Sonic Universe Issue 50. This story was going to be an interesting Sonic Underground adaptation, but instead we're gonna get something else entirely. We started out a few days ago with Eggman's robots attacking the Nanex City. I assume Tails Doll turned off the force field again. I have a question. With Nicole back in the city, why can't she 1. Detect Tails Doll doing this since she could detect lightning links, and 2. Activate the force field again herself the minute it gets turned off? Because they want to force robots to be here, that's why. Might as well not have a force field at all. In fact, has a force field ever been generated ever since the Battlebird Armada attacked? It feels like we could have had kind of the same plot if they didn't have that force field generator even get fixed. The problem with this is that at this point, I'm just wondering how Eggman hasn't won by continuously attacking the city and destroying it. Although he does have limited resources and has to restock, but he can still make a bomb. Then we see that, as I thought, this is showing us a flashback to when Metal Sonic attacked the Nanex City and the Secret Freedom Fighters defended it with Rotor's team. Finally, this worthless recap is at least justified by Eggman watching footage of it, and he says that he had kept most of the free thinking out of Metal Sonic's code precisely to keep him from becoming like Shard. But instead, the free will algorithm is the edge that it needs, and he's stuck repairing Metal Sonic again. Orbot says that he's using Metal Sally because of that. Clever thinking bends his will, but she doesn't have free will. Cubot tells Eggman that the download into the Power Gem is finished, which will give Metal Sonic battle data to use. Eggman also says that he's letting Metal Sonic talk because its silent killer shtick was getting old. Even though I don't think he's gonna talk at all in the Mega Man crossover, for example. So, it's not like he's actually going to make that kind of change. He says that it has the free will to use his power at his potential, and it probably gets angry at being told to get to destroying Shard and not Sonic. Eggman then says happily that he installed a soft reboot Defiance kill switch, which allows Metal Sonic to have free will while also not disobeying him, so he can think independently and make his own decisions without any actual problems for Eggman. Why didn't he do this a long time ago? Meanwhile, the heroes on the Tornado 2 recap the previous events for us, and Tails says that he's happy Shard was given a second chance. Sonic points out that while it's good that they gave him a shot, he's worried about Shard having a lot of power, and thinks that he's still figuring out if he's a good guy. We cut to Shard shooting lasers at chess pieces because this is the digital world and there's no worries about collateral damage. Nicole, clearly having fun, says that he's been visiting her a lot, and while she enjoys the company of another AI, she asks if he'd want to enjoy the real world. Shard naturally points out that being a secret agent and an infamous killer robot makes it hard to socialize, and he doesn't think that he's ready. He then points out to Nicole that the city didn't see him as being a hero last time, they just saw another Metal Sonic as part of the invasion. While Nicole says that the citizens forgave her, Shard says that at least she has lifelong friends to vouch for her. I really don't understand why Nicole doesn't completely understand his worry. Like, shouldn't she know how he feels better than that? Why is she just saying, oh, it's fine, just go talk to people who hate you, it was so easy for me. Then Nicole tells him there's a threat to the city, and the city shield isn't up because something's disrupting her commands and the attack came too fast. She tells him that the target's at the hospital, and she realizes that it's Metal Sonic and has Antoine as a hostage. Shard calls Metal Sonic a wuss, telling him that he's no challenge, and challenges him to a fight. I know where this is going. They have a fight with Metal Sonic using his memories to figure out how to counter Shard easily. Shard keeps trying to tell him that he can grow into more than just a weapon or tool, but just like with Shadow, Metal Sonic isn't able to choose to be anything else. Shard gets into a fight with him again to protect the city and ends up getting blown up, which fortunately only takes away his leg and leaves him dazed. He calls Nicole, saying that he needs an emergency pickup at the Great Waste. He warns her about Metal Sonic, and his signal cuts out before he can compliment Nicole. The annoying thing is, probably because of the Penders lawsuit claiming ownership of him, we never see Shard again after this. So it's like they're trying to force a nail-biting cliffhanger on us and condescendingly pretend that he's dead, even though he's a robot who barely even got damaged anyways. So he can just be rebuilt from anything, and he doesn't even look that badly damaged in the first place. It's a shame that this is the last issue we see him in, and it's the one that develops his character more. This is also the first issue where it's implied that he has a crush on Nicole. That's never gonna go anywhere. Why did he have to be supposedly killed off instead of just never showing him again? It was working perfectly fine in the previous issues. Then Metal Sonic tells Eggman that the Power Gem cores are lost, and Eggman tells them that they're docking at the Arctic refueling station, saying to leave the city to Tailstall. He says that his target isn't Sonic yet because he has bigger plans. He tells him to report to the interdimensional gateway that he invented all of a sudden out of complete nowhere with no foreshadowing whatsoever, because he's going to meet Dr. Wily. My problem with this is that it leads to the fucking reboot, which ends the comic on dozens of major cliffhangers. This issue is by Ian Flynn, and was about showing us Metal Sonic being upgraded to be able to learn from his previous battles and have free will until he would want to be disobedient, making him the most menacing he's ever been. It also has Shard spending quality time with Nicole for the first and only issue with that, unfortunately, so that plot thread is dropped, and all of it ends in Shard losing the fight to Metal Sonic, and we don't get to see him again, even though he should be easily repaired. It sure is a good thing that Eggman didn't immediately send Metal Sonic back to finish Antoine off, since maybe Rotor's team left his room unguarded because Metal Sonic wasn't in it anymore. Besides, we could have easily seen Antoine's hand twitch at the very least, some kind of hope, something?